Okay, continuing on from where we left off, we'll add another control to the form. This time we'll pick a text box. So we're scrolling down till we come to the text box control, and we'll drag a text box onto the form. For the text box, okay, I'll not even bother changing the font or anything for now. I'll just make it a wee bit longer. So where a label is normally used for output, a text box is normally used for input. So the output on the label at the minute says have a nice day, and whenever I click on click me, remember it runs the code and changes that to goodbye. So my text box at the minute is called text box 1. There's no text in the text field, and whenever I run it, I can put the cursor in there and type some information into that text box. So what I'm going to do now is whenever you click on the label, instead of saying set the label's text equal to goodbye, I'm going to say set it equal to the text box. Remember it was called text box 1, and set it equal to its text property. So now if I click on click me, it goes to nothing because there's nothing on here. So if I says hello everyone and then click on click me, you can see I get hello everyone up there. So it doesn't have to be the same thing all the time. If I says hello everyone, how are you? Click me, then I get the full message there as well. So I close that, go back to my forms design, and this time I'm going to double click on this text box, and it takes me into the code, but this time it's created an event handler for me, just like it did for the button. So for the click event of the button, it runs this code, but it's now giving me what's called the text changed event for text box 1. So this is something that runs every time the contents of the text box change. So let's say whenever the contents of the text box change, I say label 1 dot text is equal to, so in other words, the same command that was up here, text box 1 dot text. And if I run that bit of code, you'll see that every time I write something on here, the code executes. So if I said hello everyone, let's say what day is it today? So you see that's updating in real time. So don't worry about it being right throughout the screen there, covering, or at the minute it's just expand the size of the label from left to right. Alright, so we're not worried about that. And click me just does the same thing. And if I delete what's in there, it deletes in real time. So we have two events that we're taking care of. We have a click event for button 1, and we have a text changed event for the text box 1, and they're both doing just the same thing. We'll go back to design mode in our form, and I'm going to add on just one more control for now, and I'm going to add on a picture box control. So click on picture box, and I'm going to draw out a picture box on the form. Now I want it to be a specific size, right? So if I go to the size property, I can type it in, and it's currently at 175, so that's 175 pixels across the ways by 182 down. So I'm going to make it 200, comma 200. So it's definitely 200 by 200 now. So I need a picture. So you could choose a topic. I'm just going to open a browser here, and so let's say I search for a racing car 200 x 200 and look for images. I pick one that I like. It could well be this one here. I like the look of that one there. I hover over the whole image, even with the white part there, is 200 by 200. So if I right click and pardon me, I'm going to save image as. I'll just put it on here where I've got some more images. I'll call this race car 1. So here now for this picture box, if I go and look, one of the properties here is called the image property, which is currently set to none. If I click on the ellipsis, choose local resource, import, then I could browse to where I've saved those pictures. In my case, I think they're in here. Yes, and it was race car 1. Couldn't find it there. And OK. And you see, we now have a wee bit of programming, like very little, but we have our form as one control. We have a label, we have a button, we have a text box, and we have a picture box. And I could make it the picture box doesn't even show up until you click me. I can do that by taking one of the properties here, which is for the picture box. There will be a property called visible, which is set to true. You can see here. If I change that to false, that means whenever we run it, we'll not see it anymore. Now we have to see it at design time, but you can see at runtime here now we can't see it. If I double click, remember picture box is called picture box 1. Right, I didn't mean to double click on the picture box. Right, but if I double click on click me, you get back into the code here, as well as set label one's text. I could also tell to take picture box 1 dot visible to get its visible property and set it equal to true. So if I run that, I might type in here race car, and when I click on click me, I've got the picture now showing. So the picture was always there, it was just invisible. So that's just a few more controls, and you can practice putting a few on yourself, but I will do a few more in the next video. Bye for now.